The fatigue no longer resembled the one from the first days. At first, it had been brutal. It crushed her. Now it was more subtle, much slower. It settled into her shoulders like a measured weight, into her fingers, then the back of her neck. Ray let Alyssa push the wheelchair along the glass corridor. The floors were so perfectly polished that they seemed to reflect another version of the world. Nothing was out of place. Nothing was left lying around. Even the silence was organized. She noticed something. There was never any waiting or delay. Her sessions followed one another with an almost invisible precision. The therapists knew exactly when to enter and when to leave. The trays arrived at the exact minute her hunger began to surface. The lights dimmed slightly before she even felt the fatigue. She was not being watched. She was being anticipated. Was it simply the excellence of the establishment, or was there more to it? That thought followed her into the waiting room. A woman was already seated near the bay window. An elegant woman in her 50s, her back straight despite the cane resting against her seat. A face that time had not softened but sharpened. She observed Ray without insistence, with that polite curiosity of people who have seen much. Alyssa discreetly adjusted the blanket over Ray's knees. A precise gesture, almost ceremonial. The woman noticed everything: the custom wheelchair, the quality of the fabric, the dedicated assistant, and the implicit priority within the organization. She gave a faint smile.
Your husband must be very attentive.
The tone was neither mocking nor admiring, just informed. Ray took the tablet Alyssa handed her. She wrote simply,
"He funds it."
The woman nodded, as if it confirmed a hypothesis.
I see.
She asked no further questions, but in her gaze, something had been categorized. Ray recognized that expression. She had seen it before, long ago, during silent dinners, in the exchanged glances of elegant women. She was being placed into a category: wealthy wife, well-maintained, probably alone. The next session was short. Too short for her to find meaning in it, yet too long for her to find rest. Back in her room, Ray waited until the door closed softly behind Alyssa. She took the tablet.
"How long have you worked at the manor?"
Alyssa seemed surprised by the question, but answered without hesitation.
"Since I graduated, my lady."
"Which school?"
Alyssa did not seem troubled by the question. On the contrary, a quiet pride illuminated her face.
"I studied at the Helvetic Institute of Montreval, my lady. The Phoenix Foundation identified me in high school during an international academic program. They offered me a full scholarship. Thanks to them, I was able to enter the institution. The training is highly selective, focused on managing high-end private residences and personalized service for elite families. After my graduation, I was directly assigned to the manor."
She was not boasting. She was outlining a path, and that path was far from ordinary. Ray looked at her longer than usual. Identified, trained, and placed. She wrote slowly,
"So, nothing is left to chance."
Alyssa smiled gently, not perceiving the deeper layer of the question.
"The foundation values excellence, my lady."
Excellence. That word lingered in the air. Ray did not yet see the full extent of the system, and she had no idea of its ramifications. She only saw coherence and architecture. She suddenly felt less at the center of her own space, as if the walls had been designed long before she had entered them. Evening fell. In the muted calm of the room, Ray stared at the watch resting on the low table. She thought of the woman in the waiting room, wealthy wife, well-kept and funded. Was that how people perceived her? She inhaled deeply. She had been loved, abandoned, and now she was being maintained. But none of those things fully defined what she was. She took the tablet one last time.
"Tomorrow, I would like to move the rehabilitation session to the afternoon."
Alyssa blinked.
"I will need to inform the doctor, my lady."
The sentence was gentle, professional, and logical. Ray noted the detail. She did not decide alone. The next morning, the doctor entered with his usual calm.
A change of schedule could slow your progress.
He was not forbidding it. He was recommending, presenting a probability. Ray wrote without hesitation.
I maintain my request.
Her hand was perfectly steady. The doctor observed the screen for a few seconds, then nodded.
Very well.
Madame Leclerc, across the corridor, noticed the exchange. She did not know the exact words. She only heard fragments. But she saw Ray's posture, the doctor explaining something, the woman writing. The response was brief. There was no anger, no pleading, just a decision. Madame Leclerc had seen wealthy wives perfectly comfortable within their comfort. She had seen others, brilliant ones, slowly extinguished beneath the golden protection offered to them. She observed Ray a little longer and did not see rebellion, not yet, at least, but something else, a discreet movement, she thought, almost despite herself.
She is trying to negotiate her cage.
And that was not nothing. Later in the room, Ray felt something infinitesimal shift within her. It was neither a victory nor a rebellion. Rather, a rhythm that was her own. She looked around her, the clinic, the staff, the foundation, the watch. Everything was organized, but for the first time in a long while, she had just introduced a variable, and that was not nothing.